Hi, I'm Ali, and today we're going to be exploring the concept of day and night. How does the Earth's rotation create day and night? Night and day affects the pattern of all life on Earth. You can get a sense of how much the sun affects the Earth's temperature by standing outside on a partly cloudy day. When the sun is behind the cloud, you feel noticeably cooler than when it isn't. The surface of our planet absorbs heat from the sun and emits it back to the atmosphere. Our atmosphere does the same thing. It absorbs the heat that the ground emits and sends some of it back to the Earth. If we look at the thematic analysis of the Australian Curriculum of Science, we can see that day and night is taught specifically in the Earth and Space Science theme. The concept is seeded in Foundation Year and Year 1, but it's specifically targeted in Year 3. It is further expanded on in Years 5, 7 and 10. Your objectives when you're watching this video are to describe the relationship between the Earth and the Sun, identify what people used to think about the Earth and the Sun, identify which way the Earth rotates, describe the reasons why we have day and night, and describe why shadows are longer at different times during the day. The sun does not rise or set. This is a good example of how everyday language is at odds with the CDSU for this topic. Students need to understand that the sun stays still and the Earth rotates on its axis from west to east. Now always locate yourself on the Earth. When we speak about space, we can only do so from a location on the Earth. We are looking out rather than being out in space and looking down. The Earth rotates or spins on its axis from west to east, making a complete rotation in 24 hours, approximately, which is an Earth day. When talking about how the Earth spins, always use the term west to east. Use your own practical knowledge. If we are here and the Earth is spinning from west to east, and if we say the sun is over here, then which spot in Australia would first see the sun as it's moving? When talking about how the Earth spins, always use the term west to east. As viewed from the North Star or Polaris, the Earth turns counterclockwise. This may help your students to remember, but as we cannot view the world like that ourselves, it is correct to use the term west to east. You can tell the time of the day from shadows cast by the sun. Our sun is the main source of light. Nuclear reactions at the core of the sun create energy in the form of heat and light. Light reaches us in just 8 minutes, and the Earth depends on it to grow and to survive. The Earth moves around the sun, and depending on the time of the day, the shadows are formed by its light will be longer or will be shorter. Shadows are cast by objects that block the path of sunlight. The length of the shadow can be measured by how much of the sunlight is being blocked from hitting the ground. In the early morning and in the late afternoon, when the sun is lower on the horizon, shadows appear to be longer because the line from the sun to the object to the ground is flatter, casting a longer shadow. Around noon, however, when the sun is almost directly overhead, there is almost no sunlight being blocked from the hitting the ground, so it casts a very small shadow. The best way to teach this important concept is by getting the students up and moving around and involved in very practical hands-on demonstration. The concepts the students need to explore are the sun and its relationship to the Earth, how the Earth rotates around its axis, and why shadow lengths change during the day.